Time on the track.
Jay-Z a powerful man, bro. I wanted to go that route. And the reason why I say Jay-Z a powerful man, because this kid was so adamant about, I want this paternity test. I just want to see if this guy is my father, blah, 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 blah. He was too adamant about it. It's been years on top of years that he was saying that's what he just want to pursue. Then all of a sudden, when it get down to the date that Jay got to come up and do the paternity thing, he just dropped the whole case.
No, it's no longer?
No longer. Jay not petition or summit to have to do a paternity test no more. Like, it's almost like dude just resigned from that whole situation.
Oh, dude spoke on that saying he don't want to follow through no more?
Well, they got the paperwork up. I saw it online, like the paperwork of saying, whatever he wrote, just kind of saying that, he dropping the whole situation, almost like the attitude of like, I ain't gonna keep fucking chasing this nigga down to prove that you my daddy. You don't want to have nothing to do with me. Fuck it, that's what it is. I ain't about to beg. I'm a grown man. I said I don't want nothing from you. I ain't about to beg no nigga to, go the extra mile just to prove that you my daddy. Like, it ain't that serious. But that's the way it come across on one perspective. But the way I look at it is like, nah, dude, what I assume happened was you took they gave you a nice amount of money to just say, man, kill that shit, it's dead, it's over, go ahead and live your life better, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't want no relationship with you. I never had no relationship with you, so at the end of the day, let's just leave bygones, but here's a hefty bag for you to go ahead and then do whatever you're gonna do with your life and enjoy your life, but just leave me alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gratefully bowed out to, the money to be like, well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to live my life, from a better perspective with the bag that I'm taking from you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's how I assume that went. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say Jay-Z is a powerful man, because ain't too many people look like they can get around that situation without having to deal with that, especially when it's court ordered to being like, nah, you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then, like I said, the duration of the time that the little brother been trying to get this done since the death of his mother, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, it's been a lot of years now, and just to drop it like that when it get down to the deadline of this when it gotta happen, that's Jay got some power, you know what I'm saying, to get that done, get that handled, and keep it quiet, like, you know what I'm saying? But things like this can always come back to bite you as well, because when things get bad, these same stories come back up to a level of like, you might have made it do a what they call it, a disclosure, a non-disclosure agreement, and he might can't talk about it to some degree, but you know what I'm saying, that don't stop my cousin, my old lady, my auntie, you know what I'm saying, that know what happened, and they speak on it.
I'm just trying to see how finding out somebody my son gonna affect me in a negative way. I don't give. I'm just saying, bro. Like I just no deals, no family that I got already. No, I don't know, bro. Like that shit. Some of that shit just don't be making sense to me, dog. I don't give a fuck about how much money I got, who Beyonce is, who my wife is, how many kids I got already. I just don't understand that it's so hard for me to fucking take a blood test for somebody who's saying they my son. If they not my son, I'm really going to take it. And if he my fucking son, and I know it's a possibility, I'm really going to take it. So I don't understand it at all.
Where it puts him in a position of being, messing with a minor, because at the age when the lady, was conceiving, the conception of the kid or whatever may be the case, she was underage, and he was really too old to be dealing with her. So with all the brands and the things that he's affiliated with, you know what I'm saying, he just don't want the backlash of, you was dealing with a minor. When you're dealing with like a, person putting a smear campaign on you, it kind of disrupt all the business that you may have, like all the endeavors that you got going with it, because nobody want to be affiliated or have you as on a board or anything like that. That's why even if it's the CEO of a company and certain scandals and things come out on them, they tend to step down and not blemish the company in a certain way as if y'all upholding a person that did these type of things. Because some people look at that as, man, that's horrific. I can't believe that, Jay messed with a kid, a girl that was 15, 16 years old, impregnated her, and then it's the duration of the time too, because it then got much more ugly like as time had went on. You dodge the kids, you whoop, 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 you know what I'm saying? So it's just so much that come with it to make it look like we don't really want to do business with a person that rock like this, because now you look like a person that kind of got a snake vibe about you. And I just think it put a blemish on whatever business that you're affiliated with. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, he'll wind up having to step down. It's an embarrassment. He got other kids that are going to get embarrassed and have to deal with the shit as well, of being like, y'all got a big brother, and you know what I'm saying? And, just all the other shit that come with, because kids are just harsh on the reality of like how they speak on things. They don't look at how embarrassing it is, or if it hurt your feelings and things of that nature. They're looking like, shit, this was going on, this is what I saw in the news, and I get to ridicule you or fuck with you right now about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a joke to me, but it fucks up the kids or whatever may be the case. But when you're talking about their parents in a bad light, you know what I'm saying? So I just think he was trying to protect more than just him not being my kid. It's just all the things that come with if this is my kid.
Right. And none of that whole weight to me. None of that whole weight. None of that. Yeah, I'll wait. Just wait for you to finish. None of that.
You could have been cut me off, bro.
None of that whole weight, bro, to a nigga being accountable for their actions or what they do. Whatever the consequences is, bro, denying your kid, bro, then finding out this your kid, whatever the consequences is that come from that, bro, then that's just what it is, bro. I'm not about to just go my whole life knowing this is a possibility about my kid, but if I find out I'm gonna have to face actions behind this shit, then I just gotta brace myself in this role. I'm finding out this is my kid, and I'm not even letting it get to this point, bro. Years and years and years later, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
finding out from the gate, from the rip. And then I'm gonna deal with that head on. A nigga hate any nigga who ever been in jail, even when you be getting sentenced out. Niggas hate to go back to jail for something that's from back then. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going to jail at the moment of something happening.
If the kid didn't want no money or nothing like this, would Jay-Z be subject to pay child support from the level of money that he has right now, that on back pay that he owed a kid? You think that's another part that may play a part where he would have got way more for whatever, because of the status that Jay-Z's at this day and time of life, and they usually judge off the type of money you make as how much child support you pay, and if it's proven
at that moment,
yeah. So if you're proving that this is your kid, they're gonna tag the years of like, whenever, if his mom was getting any kind of help or whatever, and your status gonna play a part with how much money or arrears that you may have to owe.
Or only your status in the duration of the time you would have been on legal child support. Not right now, just whatever your status was from when he was 1 to 18. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and you owe this much of money due to dodging it or avoiding it, because according to the kid, and I mean, he's a young man, he ain't even no kid no more, he's a middle-aged man pretty much. But it's more like, that could bring back, all those type of situations. And you might have to give him more money than you agreed to give him, like to quieten this whole thing out.
If money made it go away, I just don't think it was a real reason. That was the real reason Big Brother just wanted to find out who his daddy was. Like, niggas like, man, I just want to know who my daddy is. If money could make it go away, that Void nigga just wanted to know who their daddy was. Like, they saying he just went away, huh?
Yeah, it's almost like
he
recanted, like, his whole thing about pursuing it, like almost like, he wrote a statement to being like, I don't, and he did it like through electronical, like, online or something that he sent to the court, that I just don't want to fuck with it no more. Like I don't want to pursue it no more. I want to drop it and just keep it moving.
That boy got some money, huh?
Yeah. He was too adamant prior to that on just like, I just want to know if he's my dad. Like, I don't want no money from him. So that was like his thing in the beginning. But, like I say, nigga put a certain...
If a nigga was a bum, you think he would want to know who his dad is?
If he a bum, I think everybody want to... I think that's still
I'm talking about from the time and the duration, like you said. Like, we know, like, nigga been on it. If this was a bum, just a nigga who... This was regular. You think he'll be on it for that years?
No, I think he'll just, I don't know. To each his own. So I can't even say that no because I don't know, how important it was to know if that's really your dad. If that was the truth, you'd have still went through it right now. No dollar amount could have stopped you if that was the real reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know that shit whole way, man. Niggas know who their real daddy is, and they don't see their daddy as if it's the same shit way. Like they ain't even claiming you. Niggas know who their real daddy is, and they don't see him.
Yeah, but just knowing that that's your dad is a whether you rate him as a bum, rich nigga, or whatever, you still know that's my daddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you could judge him for sure saying he don't give a fuck about me because that's really my daddy, or he care about me, that's really my daddy. You see what I'm saying? You can make that decision within you. And sometimes, you just feel lost out here when you just don't know, like, damn, I know my mama, but I don't know the other counterpart. You know what I'm saying? Like, or where I come from, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of a little...
I don't know, bro. I just look at that as the equivalent of knowing and never seeing your daddy. I think it's just kind of... I get the point you're making where you just know,
in your mind,
but it's the same thing of being removed, bro.
But knowing and not knowing is two different emotions, like, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, like, to know something is one thing, but not to know is still in the blind.
I think we both making a point because I'm still saying the absence is still there.
Yeah, but I know who he is. It's not even about you being here. It's just about me knowing that's my Paul. He a piece of shit. He ain't never did nothing for me, but I know that's my fucking daddy. Compared to somebody that's just walking around like, man, where I come from. Like, who's the other counterpart of where I come from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, I think sometimes when you know your mom and your dad, you kind of know yourself better. You know, like, now I get this from him, I get this from her. Like, certain personality traits, things of that nature, or this why I act this way because my pa just like this or something like that. Sometimes when you don't know that other counterpart, you be a little lost on who you are. No matter what family you go into, a foster care parent that could be good to you, and you still looking like, I got these mischievous ways, or I still want to steal, or I still want to do certain things, and it's like, yeah, my pa was a fucking kleptomaniac, you know what I'm saying? But with me not knowing him, I don't even know how to correct that directly. I just don't know why I get these feelings. I don't know why I feel this way. So I think you be having a void, a part of your heart or whatever that you feel like, man, it be still open because I just don't know. But when you know, you just know, and you could call it for what it is. Like, it's just a piece of shit. Like, he ain't give a fuck about me. You know that for sure. Even though you could say that to whatever, man, but then there are cases where, I wasn't around because your mama did this, or your mama ran me away. She put me in jail 2-3 times. I just left it alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you need to know that side of the story because the mama will paint a picture to you like your pa wasn't shit, but the whole time this dude was trying when you was 2, 3, 4 years old. I went to jail 2 times fucking with your mom. I just backed all the way off. You know what I'm saying? I went and started another family doing my own thing, dog. I always thought about you, but at the end of the day, I just didn't want to deal with what come with trying to be your daddy with a mama like you got. You know what I'm saying? So it's multiple situations that may happen that makes people, move the way that they move. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
it's a good and bad having one parent and 2 parents. It's a good and bad with all of it.
In a way, depending on if you got 2 good parents. If you got 2 good parents, then you might have a different...
Just from the pattern that I've been seeing and through my experience, like the strongest people and the strongest hustlers and the people with the hardest drive just come from that one-parent household with that single parent because it made you convert into that. You know what I'm saying? You the strongest and bravest men be the person who grew up in a single household with just moms, and it make a nigga be like, damn, I thought a woman couldn't raise no man. Shit, a nigga kind of like had to, and he kind of like raised himself from being outside and putting 1 million people dads together to form who he want to be. And that's some of the bravest niggas and most hustler niggas who daddy was absent.
Yeah, in some cases, like
most cases that I done seen in life.
Because you can have a father in the house and admire him to a certain level that you go, your life just much more smoother. You ain't confused. You ain't trying to figure it out. Nigga damn near got a blueprint. The same concept of what you trying to do for your son in this day and time. I'm trying to set my son up to have a smooth transition into living life and becoming the man that he want to become. He ain't got to be confused and trying to figure it out and then trying to pick from all these people because everybody that you pick from might not be good role models that you taking on. You just like certain things about them and take on these things, which wasn't really productive for you in your life. You know what I'm saying? You figured it out. You went through a lot of trials and tribulations and confusion
No, that's
to
what I'm
find it out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you're gonna have to go through by not having a daddy present, like you saying. And that's how you form. I don't know, bro. Just having your daddy there, bro, it's like you still have a crutch. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta go as hard for yourself as you do when your daddy there. That's what I'm saying. It's the downs. The point that you're making is true. You don't have to make them mistakes because daddy got it ironed out, you hear me? But that person experienced the best teaching, who took all that shit together, went to jail, made all type of mistakes in his life, and now he a person. I don't think you could put that person that had his father, side by side.
So if he had a father that taught him to be an upright man, go get your own, blah, 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 give you all the same thing, but gave you
That's possible. I was just saying, speaking from the large large amount of people that I know growing up so far. But not everybody. I know niggas with. That's why we don't have to always go around when we make certain statements like we did that before. Like I'm just Xing everybody out. I know people who got 2-parent households and they A1, but it's 20-1. So I'm just making a point from the other side because it's 20-1.
Yeah, meaning like you saw more people in a single household that, but
I admire you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, but did they how many that crashed out compared to the ones that you admire? How many?
Nah. That's a more deeper point right there. That if you look at that, then it's like you. So yeah, right.
Yeah, because I know a lot.
Them small, the number small.
Yeah, when you look at it from that
when
perspective,
you separate it
right there, it look like damn. A lot of them niggas didn't turn out as good either. They were strong men. They might be stand up men, but he in jail. He doing a bid. He woo. You know what I'm saying? It's still a funny. But you respect him as the man. You respect him as being a certain kind of person and standing for certain things, like, because he had to figure it out. And you respect him for that. But at the end of the day, he's still like in a place that, you know what I'm saying, you don't desire for you, your kid, nobody.
Because it's like this, big brother. Just a small example. Like say some shit like, when I was young, big brother, with most even right now, I don't think the time matter, what day it is, like in time. I just think that when you ain't got no parent, when you ain't got no father, and you 7, 8 years old, and your mama going to work, you're going to bring you by your grandma, and you going down the street to Milne Park, you know what I'm saying, at 5 o'clock in the evening, you going by yourself. The people who outside, when you go to the park, that's your friends, and that's who you playing with. A person who got their father in the household, you can't go, boy, at no 7 by yourself.
Right.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to get roughed up, you're going to get into all kind of shit that your daddy going to cover you from. You see what I'm saying? You're not about to go out there, boy, and be going all the time of the night, street lights on, we don't know where you at, and you 8. I did that, though.
Right. And it led you to juvenile life.
No, I was just making a point that it do make you more stronger, bro, and experience is the best teacher.
I think you can, but I like I said, I always think that
you don't got to go down that road.
No, you don't have to go down that road and still get those same
results,
understanding about life, because you could be a daddy that talk to your kid and telling them like, man, look, listen, a man do this. Like you can give him these rules where it become defined in him to a level where he looking at it like, I know why I'm doing this. I know the reason I'm doing it. I know why I'm not fucking with them. I know what I'm trying to do. I know where I'm trying to go at. Like, you know what I'm saying, in life. And you still gonna go through, your daddy not really covering you from, if you playing football, don't get roughed up when he know that that's a part of being a boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He understand, like, yeah, nigga, don't cry, get back in the bull ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, staying on it when you got a certain kind of father that's understanding the principles of being a man and just instilling that in you and letting you know it's gonna be all right. Just having that comfort sometimes encourage you to move on without confusion, like without being like a little lost in, am I doing the right thing or I'm doing the wrong thing? You know, so I think that's a better training. I'm not saying have. I'm not saying
that's a better training.
I'm not saying have.
Than making mistakes and learning from your own mistakes.
No, I'm saying you're gonna make mistakes. I got daughters and I let them make mistakes and be like, listen, you speeding, you did whatever, you gotta pay that ticket. I'm not comforting her up and just saying I'm gonna pay the ticket because you got in trouble, and I'm just you gotta find your way out of that one. You know what I'm saying? You work, you go ahead and pay it. I got the money to pay it, but at the end of the day, that's your responsibility. Teaching them how to be responsible in a right manner, like, you know what I'm saying? And just let them know you got support. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that push you harder to know, man. You know how many times nigga played football and didn't see a mom or daddy. And I'm
facts.
looking at them kids that got their mom and daddy bringing pads out there, that shit felt like, damn, I wish my mom and them would come see me at the game. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I wanted
at
that.
my experience.
You didn't want them to
No,
come?
yeah, fucking right. But the nigga who always
He was weak?
the nigga who always carrying that ball, busting through every motherfucking thing. Like, nigga, know he MVP. Everything. The coach got to pick him up for practice every day. He don't have a father. That always be the star nigga on the team. He don't even have a father. He's so rough and he got so good, fending from his own. That's why I say I'm not making it like it's so great not to have a fucking daddy.
What you
I'm just saying
it's a different drive that come with these kind of
That's all
people.
I'm saying,
Facts.
brother.
Come with different drive. Yeah.
that nigga who breaking that motherfucker,
and the only thing I'm
coach gonna pick him up. He ain't got nobody.
And the only thing I'm adding to that, not saying that what you saying is totally wrong. I'm just saying with a little guidance with it. Because the same way that coach is with him, his daddy could be the same way.
Fact.
He
I
could
look
be,
at that.
and he
I
can
get
be,
that.
he can be cold. He could be a cold player, and his daddy could be the same way the coach is with him. Bring him there, pick him up,
I get that.
drive him, you know what I'm saying, on his back, on him hard. Bitch, you gonna, we're gonna practice after practice, you know what I'm saying? Some shit that you probably wouldn't do on your own because you wanna go run with your friends. You might have a daddy that's saying, no, nigga, we gotta keep running. We gotta practice more. I want you to be the best. But your own drive might not have that because, I'm after practice, I'm going hang with my friends. And then that become the hustling and on the side trying to make money because you're caught up in the circle or whatever. When you got a daddy that's telling you now you're gonna practice after practice and then you're gonna go home, man. I got you on the right track and you still make it.
What make it a lot of sense of what you were saying when you saying the key thing that I'm accepting from you is when you saying I let my kids make the mistakes. That's the key thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Cause without you saying that part, it make everything that I say feel like it's super logic and it's crushing that. Without you saying that one part right there, big brother, because that's key. Because you gon' from the other side of that, you gonna get, damn man, motherfucker had a good daddy, he ain't had that to do. Right. That's what we always gonna hear that. They had a good daddy. Because you ain't let him make the mistakes. That's why I said that was the key woo. And that's why niggas in the street like, damn, you don't even got that to do. Cause bro, he never even made no mistakes and experience. Right. He not listening to his daddy. Yeah, I fucking preach to my son, ooh, don't do this, don't do that. But eventually he still gonna do some of the things I told him not to do because experience.
Yeah, he
don't really know its intention. I can't even describe to him how this shit really gonna play out in real time. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when you do it in real time, you know that fucking stove was hot, bro.
Gotta let him burn himself.
That's why I said that was real important. What you said, the key point.
Not scorch yourself, not get 3rd-degree burns, but bitch is hot.
Yeah.
You see, you let them touch it a little bit to know. So that's what I say. You gotta let them have their experiences as well, but you gotta still be there for a guidance in the experience. And ain't nothing like being guided away when I make a mistake. You could tell me the right way to go on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, son, it's because you did this. That's why this happened. That's what I've been trying to tell you. But I allowed you to do that because I know it wasn't going to kill you, but I know it's going to put you in a situation where all this going to make sense to you right now. Sometimes I got to let you go through some things so you can see why I say what I'm saying. And that's the best way to teach
like my
him,
son, he 8. I tell him every time he hop on a bike or hop on a dirt bike, do this, bro. Watch this. Watch the cause. Like, don't just watch the street, big boy. Watch the cause in the driveways of the people. You know what I'm saying?
They can back out and don't see you.
Right. Especially when you're on the bike. They don't hear like the dirt bike. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to turn all fast and shit on a regular bike. And I see him fall every time before he did it. And it be something that I told him that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when he fall, cry, scrape his knee, I turn my head like I don't even know he fell. Right. But I know he over there. I'm looking at him. But I see him trying to stare at me because he wasn't looking for me to come over there, brush him off, get him back on the bike, and baby him up. Right. You hear me? Ain't like I'm calling the dog or something.
Right. Sometimes
by the time I look back, he getting up. Get up, what happened? But I saw the whole shit. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta let him make those type of mistakes.
Because I seen him look over there like, come to my rescue. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you need quality time with your kids a certain way because without that, the mom will become the cushion that makes you trip. Like now he's starting to see like, damn, when I do this and Daddy be
Mama
mad.
with me, but mama-
yeah, but mama gonna cover for me a certain kind of way. So
Facts.
you know what I'm saying, to a level to make him like, look, don't do my baby.
You going
that.
too hard.
Yeah, you going too hard.
Yeah.
She gonna check you that something that I ain't gotta do. You know what I'm saying? She'll do it for you. So your own quality time, you get to share a certain bond with him where he respect you a certain kind of way without, you know, the other parent interfering with, you know, whatever. And like I think they both need, you know, you need some time with your mom, you need some time with me, and you need some time with us together. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's just a part of, like, you know, really raising a kid with a certain level of balance. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think a nigga could create balance or really have the same identity as a father? Where this person this kid living in the household with the mama and the daddy, and this kid right here by the courts go by the daddy on the weekend.
I think it could you could still work. I think it still could work out.
That's the identity of the father of the person who in the house.
I think if you spending quality time with him, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
No, wrong.
No, listen what I'm saying. Like, so me and your mama didn't work out, but we share this kid, right? So you with your mama for 2 weeks or a week, and you with me for 2 weeks.
No, you on the weekend.
I'm on the weekend.
Not a court. That's from the courts.
Well, it's I'm not saying it can't be done. It's much more difficult because through the week I'm used to whatever, but then you got to get on a routine of still spending time with the kid enough for him to understand and respect you a certain kind of way to when he know whatever I do around my mom, I know I can't do it around him because he don't allow that, but I love him, like, you know what I'm saying? So you still pouring on love, but you still showing them like, listen, kid, I don't really care how your mama run a house because I can't control that, but when you come here, these are the rules. This how we rock.
Right.
It's still a form of balance, you know what I'm saying? Right. Because he know now, damn, in certain situations I can't do certain things. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and I ain't saying just be super stern and hard on them with no love. I'm saying find balance in the way you doing whatever you doing. But you gotta know, get your face right when you come in here. You know, we wash dishes over here. We clean our room up over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what your mama house do. So you'll know is either you're gonna resent coming over here or you're gonna get with it like, man, because I love my daddy. He showed me love. He spent money with me. He do things with me. At the end of the day, yeah, I'm going to fuck with him, but I know when I go over there, I got to get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think that it could work. It's much more difficult because you got to make them get in line from a routine that they've been doing Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? That they used to. So when I come here, I'm like, oh, man, this nigga always got these rules or whatever may be the case that's different from the other house that I come from. So, yeah, it could be complicated, but I think if you stick with it and deal with it long enough, you'll get them in line.
Yeah,
you know?
I can see that from
that perspective.
Because like some ways, certain fathers roll. Like I said, from certain ways. Because I know also, big brother, that shit is like, that shit start overpowering your kid relationship to where, like, if you a person who just get your kid on the weekend, it's a difference of you working around your schedule throughout the week. You pushing certain shit off. Oh, we podcast on Wednesday at 5. I know I could transfer this fucking podcast to Friday or do 2 Monday. You know what I'm saying? To make it still work, I better get my son because I'm jamming out on Saturday, bitch. I ain't coming back till Tuesday. You see what I'm saying? But by you just having your son, now you gotta dedicate yourself to Saturday and Sunday. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I gotta move around on Saturday and Sunday. I got shit in plan. I ain't got them days of insurance to play and twist no more. Saturday and Sunday is my day. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get them, I gotta wait till the next weekend to get them. You know what I'm saying? And some keep popping up on Saturday and Sunday. I'm miserable trying to make my life revolve around my son on Saturday and Sunday. So either way, I'm going to be miserable. I'm going to start losing focus within my son, especially if you're a type of nigga running hoes and that type of shit. Man, you ain't about to just glue yourself to, well, I got to be a daddy on Saturday and Sunday. I can't. Your whole life is fucked up.
Yeah, it's called prioritizing. So, you know, what's mostly important to you.
And then another step, you'll lose contact. Shit, I don't know, bro. Important or not, that's a hard task, bro, to show up in your fucking son's life on the fucking weekend. And also,
yeah, I ain't saying it's easy. I'm just saying it could be done. That's all I'm saying. If that is as valuable to you, you're gonna.
It'll be done, but it not for the rent. Not for.
You'll find a way to work around it.
And
grandma, come listen.
That's what I'm about to tell you.
Go by your grandma at night.
That's what I'm about to tell you. That shit gonna get played out. Cause what's gonna happen is, especially if you got a girl, you're gonna be picking up your kid, bringing them back home, and then you still gonna be moving because you a person running the street getting shit done. So now your new girl is watching your son without you, and it's making it seem like it's her son. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so she gonna start having a problem with you. Hey, listen, man, don't go get your son
if you ain't gonna be there with him.
Because I got something to do.
Right.
What the fuck you gonna get your son and then you dip out for? It'll start going to that.
Yeah.